Works Racing makes engine parts for treasured Norton motorcycles from the 1950s and 60s. The company was founded and started 3 years ago by Patrick Walker. Its factory is actually a modest wooden shed next to the home he shares with his family and 2 dogs near Stratford-upon-Avon in England. Modest it may be, but the precision parts made in the Works Racing shed are shipped to Norton owners all over the world. When the weather is fine, Mr. Walker throws open the double door of his south-facing workplace and sunshine illuminates a curiosity shop of engines, motorcycle memorabilia and a Haas mini-mill too.
So the decision to start Works Racing I think was taken in 2008 at Goodwood, probably as a result of too much champagne. And myself and my business partner Miles Robinson sat down and decided that we would manufacture our own 86mm bore 500cc Manx Norton engines. The first stage of that process was for me to sit down and design the complete engine in SolidWorks 3D CAD. That took about 6 months hard work, I suppose. And it was hard work because I started that process as being competent but not an expert CAD modeler. I ended up being pretty expert. And there are a lot of parts, and the parts that I was modelling are not easy geometric shapes. Because it's an old engine, it was produced originally using wooden patterns, and obviously some of the shapes involved in those are made by hand. The next phase, the second phase, having designed the engine, was to decide how we were going to produce it. And it was really only quite late in that process that we looked at the option of purchasing our own machine and manufacturing the parts ourselves. It was at that stage we started talking to Haas and ended up buying a mini-mill too. Having taken delivery of the Haas, the first thing I needed to do was learn how to use it. But it turned out to be a remarkably simple process. The machine is so intuitive to use, and when linked with the CAM software I was using, I was able to produce all of my jigs and fixtures and a full set, one engine set of castings in 8 weeks from the start. So the way I produce these castings is quite unusual. Instead of machining a batch, which would be the normal method of maybe 10 or 20 parts, I actually produce everything as a one-off, one engine set of everything, to the customer's specification. That engine then gets built and shipped. The bike we produce is aimed squarely at competitive racing. Our customers tend to be maybe in their 30s or 40s or even 50s and 60s, some of them, but they are racers through and through and they want to win races. So it's vitally important that our engine has more power than the competition.